Welcome to STAR's online video tutorial for using the Components Online COL II application. This tutorial will focus on submitting an order. The assumption prior to watching this video is that your company has been set up to use both COL II and FastStar, which are accessed via the same login. If there are inquiries about this setup, please call STAR Buildings to confirm. Let's begin the tutorial. First, log into the COL II application through the STAR web portion of STAR's website. Once you have logged in, you should be on the project dashboard page. Make sure you are in the Components dashboard and not the Buildings dashboard. You can initiate a new project by selecting the New button at the top right side portion of the page, or double-click an existing quote to open up an existing project. In either instance, once you are ready to order, and you've navigated to the shopping cart, please select the Proceed to Checkout button on the top right or bottom right of the shopping cart page. You will be redirected to a new page wherein you will need to fill out standard order information prior to submitting the order. The order information includes shipping, job site, buyer and owner information, as well as freight terms, shipping method, crating method, and some other administrative order options. The first option in the general information section is the freight terms. From the drop-down menu, you can select Prepaid and Added or Collect. Your selection here will control available selection options on ship by methods. If you are planning to ship by customer pickup or customer arranged freight, make sure you select the Collect in the freight terms options. The next entry is for customer purchase order. This is your information and is not required entry. Anything that is required input will display a red asterisk next to the input label. Moving ahead, the next option is for ship by method. If you selected Prepaid and Added, your options in the ship by method will include standard truckload, LTL truck, or FedEx UPS. If you selected Collect, your options in the ship by drop-down will be customer arranged common carrier or customer arranged CPU customer pickup. Please note that COL II will currently only calculate freight costs if the option selected in the ship by field is set to standard truckload. If you choose LTL or the FedEx option, the application will include $0 freight, and the freight will be provided by the component sales group upon receipt of the order. The next item of input will be the crating type. The options available here are dependent on the ship by method selected previously. As you can see, these were specifically put in order to show available options based off previous inputs. Crating weight and pricing is in effect for panels, trims, and flat sheets only. If you do not have parts in these categories, the application will price $0 for the crating. The next option for input is the Ship with Job Number field. Note there is no red asterisk indicating this is not a required entry. However, if you currently have a building order or another parts order and you want to ship these additional pieces with one of those existing orders, this is where you would enter that particular job number. The next two options deal with taxes. First, is the project going to be tax exempt? If yes, check the box and enter the tax exempt ID in the box below. Is the project going to be for resale? If yes, check the box and enter the resale ID. Each of these options will flag STAR personnel to confirm the project is finalized with no estimated taxes included in the contract totals. The last input in the general information section is the ability to add truck tarps and/or inform STAR the job is for export outside the United States. If you want to apply either or both of these options, simply check the appropriate boxes. If you do apply truck tarps, a per truck fee will be calculated and applied to the project total on the purchase order. The next section of order input, along the bottom of the page, deals with contact information and addresses. As previously mentioned, there are 4 different inputs which include shipping, job site, buyer, and owner information. The shipping information is required input. However, the job site, buyer, and owner information can be copied over from the shipping input, thereby eliminating repetitive input. Also note that the shipping city, state, zip code, and county will be automatically populated based on the zip code that was entered when starting the project. After all the order information has been entered, select the Proceed button on the bottom right of the page to move forward with pricing and ordering. A new dialog box will appear called For Your Security. Here you will be required to type in the code that you see in the graphic in order to continue. Once the code is input, click the OK button to proceed. A progress bar will appear so you can watch the progress of pricing the materials and order options. After the final pricing routine is completed, you will be redirected to a Purchase Project page. This page will show the purchase order, which outlines all the information entered. Additionally, it will show both the terms and conditions and a pricing summary page. At this point, a recommended procedure would be to clarify all the input, including quantities, lengths, and colors. Once you have reviewed the document, there are some new options at the bottom right-hand portion of the page. These include Agree to the Terms and Conditions checkbox, setting requested delivery dates, buying the project, printing the purchase order report, saving the purchase order report as a PDF, and a Back button which will take you back to the order information entry. The Buy button will be disabled until you check the box agreeing to the terms and conditions. Once you agree to the terms, the Buy button will enable. For setting a requested delivery date, which is very important on quick turn component orders, simply hit the Requested Dates button. Once the Requested Dates dialog appears, you can hit the calendar icon and it will allow you to select the date. The system will not allow you to put in a date earlier than the current calendar date. Now the terms have been agreed to and the requested date has been entered. So the next step is hit the Buy button and order the project. Once you hit the Buy button, you will be redirected back to the project dashboard page. You will see that project in your list of projects, and the status in column 4 will be listed as submitted. At the same time, STAR will receive an email that the project has been submitted, wherein STAR's first step is to go in and accept the order. When the order has been accepted, a follow-up email will be sent back to you letting you know STAR has begun processing the order. We hope this tutorial has given insight for submitting an order on the COL II application. Thank you for viewing this online tutorial, and if you have any further questions or comments, please call STAR Buildings at your convenience to discuss further.